That'd be it. Well, Daniel, just kind of how physically do you feel? Because you got pretty well banged up the other day. It looked like a couple of shots in the back and everything, and just feel you got your game back, after the tough one the game before.
I'm feeling pretty good physically. I got a lot of treatment yesterday. It was just a couple of bumps and bruises. Nothing that's not going to hold me back. I got my game back, like you said, but, I could have did more to help us get that win. But, it is what it is.
Isaiah, how do you feel about breaking the freshman record? Obviously, there's more records out there. And Daniel, what have you thought about Isaiah's three-point shooting this year and how that's helped the team?
It's a big honor, to be able to break some of those records. Not a lot of people get that opportunity. But at the same time, I would have rather got the win and not break the record, But, you just can't – you don't know how the game's going to go. So, but breaking the record is a great feeling, a big honor.
Isaiah, he's came through for us in a lot of games with his shooting, and he's a great shooter, and it's a well-deserved thing for him that he's got this record. But, sometimes that could have, helped us win, and sometimes, but I'm just happy for him because, he's a hard worker. He gets in the gym, works on his shot every day, and it shows in the game.
What have you seen of Reggie Perry, and what do you think of his game at Mississippi State?
I've seen Reggie Perry play. I hadn't seen him play lately at Mississippi State. I hadn't really, been paying attention to it. But I heard he's doing some pretty good things. We just got to be ready for him when he comes to Bud Walton.
Yeah, both of you guys, I guess Reggie committed here, and then he changed his mind, which obviously, a lot of guys do that. But how well, Isaiah, you played with Reggie, right? How well do you guys know him? What did you think about when he was maybe going to come here, and then when he decided not to come here? How did that make you guys feel, and does that add a little extra to this game?
I played AU ball with Reggie for a long time. We're real close friends. We're really real good friends. It was an unexpected change when he changed his mind, but I'm happy for him. I wish the best for him. But going into the game, there's probably going to be a lot of emotions in the air. So, you just got to play hard.
Yeah, you used to know him when he visited. How did you feel when he changed his mind, went to an SEC rival,
It's just, a process. I guess that was, with his recruitment. He didn't feel this program was, what he needed, so he decided to go somewhere else. And I can't blame him for that. Sometimes your mind changes. I'm not going to knock on his head for not coming here. He would have been, a great addition to this team, but he decided to go somewhere else, so I really can't say anything about that. But, I think I've met him once. I hadn't really got, a chance to, get to know him as much as probably, I wanted to, but, I met him once, and he's a real good kid.
And Isaiah, you haven't played with him. I guess he's helping him stay quite a bit. He's starting now. What impresses you about his game? What makes him a good player?
He brings a lot of energy to the floor no matter what he's doing. He's always going to go after that extra rebound, go for the loose balls. As a big man, you don't really see that much, but he'll do all the little things, and he's very skilled, and so we gotta play to his weaknesses.
You want to tell us what his weaknesses are? Keep that a team secret, or?
I think I'm gonna keep that secret because we just gotta go through it as a team. Everybody has a lot of weaknesses, so we just gotta go through it as a team, make sure that we point those out so we can stop it in the game.
Daniel, just kind of from last year's game, he's a guard, but just what are your memories of Quindary Witherspoon and kind of what he brings to the table?
For Mississippi State? Yeah, he brings a lot of energy. He's basically their facilitator. From what I've seen last year, he can do basically everything. He comes in and rebounds also as a guard in his position. And we just got to, pay attention to the little things that he does because those little things might help them in the long run, but we got to make sure that doesn't happen.
You guys got a lot. Mississippi State's projected to be in the NCAA tournament. Auburn, Alabama, Kentucky, obviously. So you got some tough games coming up. But the good news is if you beat those guys, that's going to raise your all's profile. How do you feel about the schedule you got coming up?
I feel good about it because, once before we went on a run, we can go on another run, and then beating those big teams like that, it will get our name up there. And so hopefully we'll be, at the end of the season, had the opportunity to make it to the tournament.
It puts us to where we have to have the mindset that we need to start coming out and playing like men. We just can't come out and, have those bad starts that we've had in those games that we lost. We just have to come out and we have to play basketball every one of those games. We can't come out playing soft. We can't come out playing slow. We got to play the fastest 40, and we got to be ready for any and every matchup for each one of those teams, because they're all going to be tough teams down this last stretch that we have, and we want to make noise out of it. We want to make noise, with this program, so we're going to have to come out and play basketball.
Question for both Isaiah and Dan, but when you look at the tape and these last-minute possessions where a shot made would have won the game, is there something that all of those have in common when it comes to maybe what didn't happen at the end of the game? Was it execution? Was it just what the defense was showing you when you guys look back at the tape?
I think you hit it right on with the execution part. I feel like we can execute a lot better than what we do, but it's just a learning process. So we go back and look at the film, see what we could have did better. But yeah, execution is definitely one of the big key aspects.
Basically, I'm gonna piggyback off what he said. Our execution could be way better. I mean, coming down the stretch, we got to execute to the most crisp point, because the only time that we've lost games is, like you said, we don't come down and we don't execute, the thing at the right time. Some people don't do the right things when we're executing, and some people do the right things. But we all have to be together when it comes to executing, so we can pull out the play.
How frustrating is that, knowing that that's kind of what it is, that would have been the difference to wins and losses, and then how does that fuel you as you guys hit this final stretch again?
I would say it's real. It's real frustrating, but coming out of those games, it teaches us lessons. I mean, we've been taught a lot of lessons this year. I've told y'all that, but these coming down and not being able to execute, the certain plays to get us to win, or at least get us to at least overtime. I mean, it teaches us that we have to come down, we have to be crisp, we can't make mistakes on any part of the offense that we run. So we just have to come down and we have to play with level heads. We can't, get in a rush, because if we get in a rush, we'll always just give the ball back to the opposing team.
Mike Anderson said the other day that the first half against South Carolina was probably the best defense you guys have played all year. Then the second half wasn't so good. In the first half against Missouri, I think both teams scored 46 in those halves. What do you think happened to the defense in the start and then the second half against Carolina? And what do you guys got to do to get it back to the way you were playing in recent games?
We just got to come out with that same intensity that we did in the first half of the South Carolina game. I mean, we were out there getting deflections. We were talking on defense, rotating in lanes. You just have to be active. We have to play like the fastest 40, and playing like the fastest 40, it's almost like playing against 7 people whenever you're playing against us, because we're always moving, we're always active. We just got to get back to playing that way.
I want to just piggyback off what he said. I mean, we just got to keep that same mindset that we had when we come out at the beginning of the game. Like the South Carolina mindset we had coming out, I mean, we just made them turn the ball over. We keep that same mindset. We, win the South Carolina game and we win the Mizzou game. It's just that coming out from halftime for South Carolina, I feel like we settled. Yeah. And, we couldn't come down. We couldn't get stops. We gambled a lot on certain possessions, and they scored off of that. And we just got to, keep that in mind, that we can't do that down the stretch, because, some teams will burn us doing that.
Say settle. Do you mean settle for jump shots, or how do you mean settle?
No, settle on our defensive point of view, basically. We were up, I would say, 12 against South Carolina. Yeah. We came out, and they came all the way back. We settled on defense. I guess we were just satisfied with that lead, and, we just couldn't find a way to, put them away.
You just kind of lost aggressiveness, you mean?
Yeah.
And speaking of defense, Mississippi State's leading the league in three-point shooting. And South Carolina's been shooting pretty well. Mizzou shot pretty well. What do you guys got to do to combat their three-point shooting?
We gotta run them off the line. You can't let shooters get comfortable, because that's what they like. I mean, you give them enough space, they're gonna knock down the shots. So I think we just gotta be aggressive, play the passing lanes, and push them off the line, and make sure we get the long rebounds that come off.
Yeah, I mean, we basically touched base on everything on that one.
Last question for you guys: have any Valentine's Day plans?
Shoot. We're on practice right now. That's what we got practice. We got Valentine's Day practice. So
I say for the first half of my Valentine's, we're gonna be doing defensive slides and stuff. But probably the rest of the day, I might have a surprise waiting on me. You never know.
You never know.